So there I was. I woke up with a heavy case of amnesia in the middle.
Downtown, we let it go. Sunset high and I'm by yourself. Blood rush in the haze glow. My head to the bones.
How's everyone doing today? Today I'm going to be doing a reaction video of Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Without further ado, here we go.
I woke up with a heavy case of amnesia in the middle of nowhere. The only clue to my past is Harry's name and address inside this. So I made my way to the apartment inside this.
So a lot of scenes I'm seeing.
And that's when I found you. And your stapler gun.
Really dramatic.
So you're talking Pikachu with no memories,
Or just choices. Another round, extra
whenever
shot.
I want. These are just choices. Another round, extra shot.
I don't know. Maybe I got it too easy.
So really underwhelming for me. I see like a car, I see Pokemon.
You can talk to humans.
And if you want to find your pot, we're gonna need
Unrelatable to me. And I don't know if they're in Japan because the license plate kind of looks like this square thing. Am I just supposed to like spew out some words here to make the review to make my reaction seem interesting?
Until I fall.
Harry fake his own death. Or somebody else fake Harry.
His own death. Or somebody else fake Harry's death.
Or Harry.
So I really wanted to mention another thing is that all these like Pokemons, very unrelatable just because it's so fake. But I guess people, I'm not to hate on Pokemon, but it's just not my personal favorite. I'm not going to be the guy who, you know, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys know I'm not going to be the guy who jumps around on the camera all excited over these review videos. If I see a video that genuinely isn't good, I'm going to tell you it's genuinely not good. So you're going to get something that is 100% genuine. You know, no BS essentially. Only real, no phony, fake reactions basically. I'm not an employee, I'm not paid by anyone to make this. I'm just going to give you my honest opinion.
He's going down hard, Tim. Should have worn a helmet.
He's going down hard, Tim. Should have worn a helmet.
So what can I say? I just wanted to give a few more things so you can hear through my voice rather than just the video. In terms of its ability to capture and captivate the audience, to me it was not captivating at all. It's based on this fictional character Pikachu. I myself, I don't believe in fictional characters. I feel like this is mainly something geared towards children, young children, maybe adults who are, you know, stuck at a child state. Let's say maybe a 40-year-old who in reality in their head is only 13. So for that reason, I'm out. I can't really relate to this video. And that's why I'm giving it a, you know, generally not interested. In terms of the scenes itself, I wasn't very interested, but I also wanted to go over and also give you guys some more value, maybe do some research on what is this Pikachu detective, you know, let's just see like what it is. And it says, I'm looking here and it says here that is Detective Pikachu trying to take the franchise in a more adult direction. So a new trailer is coming for Detective Pikachu. For those who haven't seen, it's loaded with lots of new footage and makes worth the watch. It also features a scene that, while not necessarily controversial, has been jarring to those who've seen it. Towards the end of the trailer, Pikachu is looking like he won't be able to defend himself against an angry Charizard. Charizard, guys, is basically the dragon. He's not going to be able to defend himself against a dragon. Alarmed, he instructs Tim to get him the hell out of there. A Pikachu, which is affiliated with the family gaming company Nintendo, just swore in a trailer for a major motion picture. Sure, it's no F-bomb, but considering the character typically hangs out on a console that shies away from nearly all forms of vulgarity, it was quite a thing to hear. This, paired with other things that emerged in the trailer, has me asking, the Detective Pikachu trying to make trying to take the Pokemon franchise in a more adult direction. It sure feels that way, and while the word hell alone isn't enough to start speculating whether or not this film is headed for a PG-13 rating, there does seem to be some catering towards a more adult audience. Guys, I don't know what adults they're catering. Cinema Blend, I don't know what adults you're talking about, but I don't know if they're mature adults or they're childlike adults, but I don't know what kind of adults are going to be interested in watching Detective Pikachu 2. That's just simply me. I'm not relatable to that. But anyway, let me continue. Especially when looking at the amount of Pokemon from the early games and the overall gritty look of the creatures, it isn't uninviting to children, but the overall tone does give the vibe it isn't exclusively for kids. Yeah, and that's what I said. It's not exclusively for kids. It could also be for, again, a 40-year-old grown man coming in Pokemon pajamas with Cheeto dust on his fingertips and Coca-Cola in his hands. At least this is one compared to other Pokemon big screen features like the first movie. That one kicked off with a short film that had all the Pokemon speaking as they usually do by saying their names with subtitles. Even the main film itself was fairly safe in terms of content, and while it was personally emotionally devastating for me to see Ash Ketchum turn to stone, I don't recall my father having the same reaction. Now me and a bunch of other former kids who saw Pokemon the first movie are on the verge of our 30s and getting pumped about the surprise appearance by Mewtwo. Okay, on the verge of our 30s, so I was right on the demographic. They're appealing to 30 and 40-year-olds who are basically stuck in the past, and this article confirms it. That's another moment from the trail that felt specific to my Pokemon fandom, one that I mentally filed away in the reasons to see Detective Pikachu category of my brain is Warner Bros. In intentionally marketing this project to older Pokemon fans. Yeah, exactly, marketing this project to older Pokemon fans. Now guys, if we just see how long has Pokemon been around for, so how long has Pokemon been around for, let's say. The first Pokemon games, Pokemon Red and Green versions, came to the Nintendo Game Boy system in Japan on February 27th, 1996. So basically more than 20 years ago. So if you think back, 30-year-olds are basically 13, or 40-year-olds would be 20 at the time of these games actually being released. So I was right on my demographic. 30 to 40-year-olds who are stuck in their pre-teens, basically, of 13 before that, or even all the way up to their 20s. So basically teens or preteens. It certainly feels that way especially when counting the number of Pokemon in the second trail that hail from the first and second generation of Pokemon games. Pokemon from later generations do appear, but they're few and far between in comparison. Also, the two human characters in this film have a Pikachu and a Psyduck for companions, much like the characters Ash and Misty from the Pokemon anime of the late 90s. Guys, nothing to hate on Pokemon, I'm just giving my honest opinion on what I think of the movie. I feel like the movie, it feels very, how can I put this? It just feels very out of place to what the brand Pokemon has released in the past. I know they've released Pokemon Go, I know they've done, Pokemon animation, but I've never seen them actually do a movie. Now apparently this is the second movie that they actually released, official Trable number 2, so that's definitely good to know. But there's also a Mr. Mime, who is often seen as a maid to Ash's mom in the show. These characters are popular, but not so young that children of today who didn't play the games or watch the show would easily recognize. Again, it seems like clear ways of marketing this movie to an older audience, and those who enjoyed Pokemon when they were young, as opposed to those who are currently young. Guys, I also want to point out, just to show you like what Pokemon actually looked like in 1996, in case, maybe you're from the younger generation, Pokemon animation. They mentioned Ash, so I'm just going to push an Ash versus Misty. So when I think Pokemon animation, I think, let's see here, something like this. I'm just going to, like this is Pokemon, and it's it's a game. And when they're talking about Pokemon Ash, this is what I'm talking about. Right? They made Pikachu this character, and I just don't see that happening for the movie. Like, Pokemons are just they're video game animals that face each other in battles. They're not supposed to be main characters of the movie or faked their death. I don't understand faking their death and how they can relate that to an animal. I think that's putting way too much personification on an animal. And frankly, it's just really unrelatable to someone who is actually an adult who hasn't been stuck in their preteens in their mind. Not doing that to say I'm PewDiePie, but again, guys, I'm just going to give you my honest, cold, hard truth opinion of this. So I'm just going to leave off the video, guys, there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave some comments down below if you've already reading to this point. I'm also going to be leaving, trending, my opinion on trending topics that are popping up on the YouTube trending tab or Google Trends, or just anywhere on the news. If there's a trending topic, I'm just gonna leave my comments down below on it. But that's basically my opinion on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.